Hello everyone, I welcome you all to Startup Academy, your online gateway to get success in ISS exam. This academy, as you know, is exclusively for ISS only. And we have been covering the statistics paper 3, which is considered to be the most difficult one among all the other papers. And in that, we have covered all the topics except for one, which we are now doing, which is demand analysis. So, in the previous lecture, I told you about price elasticity of demand, and we did one or two questions. Today, we'll discuss some of the PYQs on price elasticity of demand. So, let us begin. So, this PYQ has been taken from 2017. Before price elasticity of demand, one PYQ of the supply and demand law has was left. We are taking that today. So we have been given the demand function and the supply function of a certain commodity. So demand function is 240 plus 10p plus 10 dp by dt minus 4p, and the supply function is 100 dp by dt plus 6p minus 60. These both are in kg per month. The commodity of both of them is kg per month. And the question says that we have to find the time path of P for dynamic equilibrium if initial price is rupees 72 per kg. So we have been given initial price as rupees 72 per kg, and at dynamic equilibrium we have to find the price, original price P. The price time path. So the solution of this question can be taken as, we know that according to demand and supply rule or law, at equilibrium the supply function and the demand function are equal. This is according to the demand and supply law. At equilibrium both of them will be equal, as we did in the graph or the curve. Here it was m, which is the price m. At m, price of demand and that of supply will be equal. So this is the equilibrium point. Now moving on further, putting them both equal, xs equals to xd, which is demand equals to supply. Supply is 100 dp by dt plus 6p minus 60 equals to 240 plus 10 minus 4. 240 plus 10 dp by dt minus 4p. So taking the equations on one side, we will be getting 90 dp by dt plus 10p equals to 300. If I divide whole equation by 90, we will be getting dp by dt plus 1 upon 9p equals to 10 upon 3. As we see here, this is differential equation of order 1. Right? So this is linear differential equation or differential equation of order 1. Anything you can write. So here we will first find out the integrating factor. The integrating factor can be written as e raised to the power integration of 1 upon 9 dt. Now 1 upon 9 here is this portion, a dt. So a here is 1 upon 9, so we have taken, and it is nothing but equal to e raised to the power 1 upon 9 only. So we have got integrating factor. Now the solution to this equation would be p into integrating factor equals to integration of integrating factor into e raised to the power into e raised to the power 1 upon 9 dt plus c, where c is some constant of integration. So p integrating factor is e raised to the power t upon 9. It will be t upon 9 into p equals to integrating factor. It will also be t upon 9. So it will be integrating factor into e raised to the power t upon 9. Sorry, it will be integrating factor into 10 upon 3 plus c. So 10 upon 3 comes outside, and integrating factor of integration would be e raised to the power t by 9. Integrating factor t by 9 plus c. So this is, and if we divide whole equation by e raised to the power t by 9, we will be getting p equals to 10 by 3 plus c e raised to the power minus t by 9. This is the time path equation. But here also one thing is unknown, which is c. That we can find out. We know that at t is equals to 0, the price is rupees 72 per kg. So putting t equals to 0 in the time path, p0 equals to 10 upon 3 plus c e raised to the power minus 0 upon 9. So this will be nothing but 1. This is 72 equals to 10 upon 3 plus c. C will be equal to 72 minus 10 upon 3. And c can be written as 206 upon 3. This is the value of c, and now we can write our time path, which is p equals to 10 upon 3 plus 206 upon 3 into e raised to the power minus t by 9. This is our time path of price, and this there comes our answer. Now moving further to the second question of price elasticity of demand. This question has been taken from the year 2022. So this question states that we have to define, first part is define price elasticity of demand. And the second part is give the the demand function is given as the demand function is given as p equals to 7 minus 8x square. Then for what value of x, the demand elasticity, we have to find out the value of x at which the price elasticity of demand equals to unity. We have to find out this. So first of all, let us define price elasticity of demand. As we all know, the ratio of relative change in price, relative change in demand to the relative change in price is known as price elasticity of demand. And we can write this as n eta p equals to dx by x upon dp by p, where x is demand and p is price. And we can also write this as p upon x dx by dp with a minus sign, because price and demand moves in the opposite direction. Whenever price rises, demand decreases, and whenever price decreases, demand increases. Now we have to find out the what will be the value of x when np is equals to 1. So first of all, we will differentiate this demand function p equals to 7 minus 8x square. This is the question. Yes, we will differentiate this with respect to x, with respect to p. So p with respect to p is 1, 7 with respect to p is 0, minus 16x dx by dp. And from here we can say that dx upon dp is nothing but minus 1 upon 16x. Now putting this equation in equation 1, or the equation of price elasticity of demand. If eta p equals to minus x upon p minus p upon x dx upon dp. Putting the value of p here, 7 minus 8x square upon x, minus sign is also there, upon x into dx upon dp was minus 1 upon 16x, and eta p should be equal to 1. This and this will get plus, so this will be 16x square equals to 7 minus 8x square. This will be 24x square equals to 7, and x has the value of plus minus under root 7 upon 24. But here minus sign will vanish because there is only one value of demand which can be positive. So our value of x is under root of 7 by 24. This is the answer. And this question was of 10 marks in the PYQ. Now moving on further, we have one more question from 2023. This question, first part is same, that define price elasticity of demand. And give reasons of its rise. Give reasons of negative sign. Why do we put negative sign? We have to give reason. Now suppose price elasticity of demand. We have been given the price elasticity of demand equals to minus 0.3, and we have been provided with 5% increase in price of the commodity. The relative change in price has been given to us 5% increase. We have to find the relative change in demand. So again, first part would be the ratio of relative change in price, relative change in demand to the relative change in price of a commodity is known as price elasticity of demand, and it can be represented as eta p, where we can write it as price elasticity of demand upon relative change in demand upon relative change in price, which can also be written as minus p upon x into dx upon dp. Okay, now we have to give the reason for the negative sign of why do we put the negative sign, because we know that the price and demand moves in opposite direction. Whenever price increases, we can also find we can also draw the graph. Whenever price increases, the demand decreases. So if this is the price, if the demand is the function of price, suppose, so here we are representing price on x-axis and demand on y-axis, and this is the function of price. So as and when the price is increasing, we can say that the demand is decreasing. Or we can also say that we have the substitution effect here. What is substitution effect? If price of one commodity, suppose price of certain kind of rice. If I'm talking about certain kind of rice, suppose price of basmati rice is increasing, so its demand would be decrease, it demands would decrease, and that is why we can substitute this basmati rice with a lower quality of rice. So that's it, that is substitution effect. Whenever the price of certain commodity rises, the demand of that commodity decreases and people find it substitute, and that the substitutes price or demand would rise. That is substitution effect. Then is income effect. If there is a income effect, if there is a rise in income, if there is rise in certain income, uh, okay, if there is rise in prices of of commodities in the market, and that is why the income of that person is the same, it is not increasing with the price, so then the demand of the commodities from the market decreases. Suppose my salary now is 4,000, and after one and the commodities I am getting for my house is for rupees 2,000, but now after 1 month the commodities are for 3,000, but my income is same 4,000 only. Then as and when the income increases or the price increases, the demand decreases. So these two we can say are the effects. One more concept I have to make you learn, but before that let us finish with this question. We have been given price elasticity of demand as zero point 0.3, and we have been given the relative change in price as 5% increase. 5% increase means positive sign only, and we have to find the relative change in the demand. We know the formula is eta p equals to the relative change in demand upon the relative change in price with a minus sign. Now we know why there is a minus sign. So putting the values here, 0.3 equals to minus dx upon x upon 5%, or we can just write 5, we can answer this in percentage. So if I multiply here, this would be 1.5 with a minus sign equals to dx upon x, which is the relative change in demand. So we can conclude that when the price of the commodity increases by 5%, the demand of the same commodity decreases by 1.5%, or you can say increases by minus 1.5%. Anything you can write. Increases by minus conveys that it decreases. So this is the question, and it was for 15 marks asked in your paper. 5 marks for this, 5 for explaining this, and 5 for explaining this. So it was the question that has been asked in 2023. Now there is one more thing, which is Giffen's goods. We have learned three kinds of goods. First is inferior goods. First is four kinds of goods: inferior goods, luxuries, necessities, and one more that is compromising necessities. Four types of goods we have learned. One more is there, which is Giffen good. So Giffen was an economist of Italy, and in 19th century he saw that as and when the price he noticed that when the income of people were decreasing, even though the income of people were decreasing in 19th century in Italy, the price of bread, which was the necessity, was increasing. Price was increasing. So we can say that even though the price was increasing, the demand was also increasing. This does not follow our demand and price elasticity of demand, and this is the only exception of price elasticity of demand, where price and demand both are increases, and that can be seen only in necessities and not in any other goods. So those kinds of goods are known as Giffen's good. So that's all for today's class. I hope that you understood whatever we have done today in the class. And if you have not, then you can ask in the comment section or on our WhatsApp channel. Only relevant doubts will be answered. And I hope that you are simultaneously doing the questions from the book as well and from other sources as well. And do the PYQs not only with me in the class, but also after we have completed with the class, and simultaneously do the English classes as well, which has been taken by Vibhuti ma'am. So all the best and thank you.